Hey, hope everybody's doing well today. Well, today we're going to talk about woke Disney and the new film Lightyear. And of course, this is a story of Buzz Lightyear, who is a beloved character from Toy Story. Most of us have probably seen at least some of the Toy Story movies. They was a lot of fun in the past, and I think they were very good for kids to watch. Fortunately, that's all come to a grinding halt. So the Walt Disney movie hit the theaters this weekend, and they was expecting it to make at least $85 million, and it turned out to make barely 50. And so they had almost a $30 million windfall on this thing. And the reason for it, I believe, is because they're trying to push political agenda in it. They're trying to push gay agenda in it. And I think it's really not going over that well with parents. So why do you think they're doing this?
Our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel like I felt like it was, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last, they're turning it around, they're going hard. And then all that momentum that I felt, that sense of, I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them. But I just was no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me.
Okay, I think it's important not to try to make political statements in movies, and that's exactly what Disney has done here. Disney is trying to retaliate against Florida because of the so-called "Don't Say Gay" bill. And there's a lot of the Disney execs now that are all gay. And I guess the error to Disney, in fact, I don't guess, I read it in the news, the error to it is transgender, or claims to be transgender. And so I guess we could expect no less that they would be pushing this agenda. Now, what have they said? They have said so far that 50% of their characters going forward are going to be either LGBTQ or minorities. And I, of course, have no problems with minorities, but I do take exception to the LGBTQ because I would imagine that it will probably get the lion's share of this. Or what they'll do is they'll just mix it in. They'll use people of color that are also LGBTQ, and they will be able to kill two political birds with one stone. My second problem with this is I really don't feel like toys need to be sexualized. I don't get it. In the past, toys were pretty androgynous. They didn't have strong gender identities. They didn't need them. The old cartoons, the old movies, they just really sank or swam with their storylines. And in Disney's case, they usually swam. Very good movies that used to come out of Disney. But unfortunately, with the new agenda, it looks like that's all come to a grinding halt. Now, since this is just a response to Florida and the Don't Say Gay bill, this has been a political football in this movie. First, they had the scene in there, then they had to take the scene out of there. And then as soon as, the gay employees and people started raising a ruckus, then they had to put it back in. Well, the big reason that this ruckus was raised to begin with is because of this legislation, and also I guess Disney was found to have donated money to some of the Republicans who actually voted for this bill, which really give the gay people at the studios a lot of leverage to use against them. So I would say that the Toy Story franchise may be forever ruined. For those of us that grew up loving Buzz Lightyear, loving Woody, all those fun characters in the toy box, it's just kind of tainted now. It's kind of spoiled. The innocence is gone, and now all of a sudden it's nothing but trash in my eyes, unfortunately. I certainly wouldn't take any child to see it. I wouldn't recommend that anybody take a child to see it. And really, I would recommend that no one ever buy or support Disney in any way, shape, or form again. I see the guy that acted in the movie actually came out and said, oh, well, those people that stand against it, they're just all going to die off like dinosaurs. Well, guess what? I may die off like a dinosaur, but it won't be dying off perverting children and trying to groom people. And so you can say whatever you want, Mr. Buzz Lightyear actor, but to me, you're just a pathetic loser. When I was a kid, our family visited Walt Disney World, And on the way home, I don't remember having to have any conversation about why, two girls were kissing or two guys were kissing or why anybody was kissing or why anything like that was going on. It was just a magic kingdom filled with fun and just the possibility. It was beautiful, the lights and the whole Disney castle and the whole thing was just a kid's dream. But now it's become, in my eyes, a kid's nightmare because you go there and it's not, welcome boys and girls. They've come up with their, gender non-affirming type of language to speak to you there. So the whole thing has become a political pile of garbage, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. Oh yeah, and I guess we could just go into this. This movie has been banned in 14 countries. Now, of course, 12 of them are Middle East and 2 Asian. But what that tells me is, unfortunately, that maybe Islam hasn't given up, on what they stand for, and apparently Christianity has, because we're supposed to be living in a Christian nation, but we've all just kind of stepped back and let all this happen. And so here's what I say to those 14 countries. Good for you. Way to go. And I wish you well. And by the way, stick to your guns. This movie cost over $200 million to produce, and so far it's brought in $50 million. And I'm really hoping that it doesn't bring in much more. And I think as word gets out about what this is about how important this gay kiss is pretty important in the movie. I actually went on to a site called Pride, and they were very, very excited about this because this was a very important thing in the movie to them. They felt like it was really where the big moment of learning happens, where the moment of truth was, and to them it's a really big deal. And so if it's a big deal to them, then it must be a big deal if you want to be grooming people. And so it's really sad, but this movie cost a lot to make. It's a big flop in comparison with the other movies that came out this summer. In the last 6 weeks, there's been 3 movies that have made over $100 million in their first weekend. And with Lightyear just coming in at 51, I'd have to say that's a categorical flop. And so I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest with you. I hope things continue that way for Disney. I really hope that they get woke and go broke if that's what they're going to do. Better yet, the thing would be turned over to someone who actually cares about kids and not so much about their political footballs and their political agendas. So that's what I have to say about the Lightyear movie. It sounds like there's not too much buzz going on around that. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you in a while.